to get started with some big news which came out on Monday, and that is that Luke Ayling has signed a new contract with Middlesbrough Football Club. Now, Luke Ayling signed 18 months ago from Leeds United. He was due to be out of contract this summer. His contract expired in the summer of 2026, and he's now agreed a new deal to extend his stay for a further year, which takes him to the summer of 2027. Now, speaking to Middlesbrough's official club channels, he said, "I'm absolutely delighted. Last season wasn't great for me, and I want to show people that I can still play at this level, and I've enjoyed this season." So he's played 66 times for Middlesbrough, played as a right back when he first joined. Since then, he's become a central defender. He also added when he was speaking to the club, we're all trying to get this club back where it should be. It's been a great season so far. With 7 games left, the fans have a massive part to play as well, and we want to make those 7 games special. So for me, I think it's really good news that Luke Ayling's decided to extend his stay with Middlesbrough. I mean, we're in a bit of a tricky position because, of course, we're challenging for automatic promotion. The hope is that we'll be in the Premier League next season, but of course, there's a very real possibility that we could still be in the Championship. So that does make things a little bit tricky in the interest of forward planning in terms of who do we give contracts to, what players are going to be part of Kim Hellberg's plans coming into to next season. But I think for me, I think for me, Luke Ayling is someone who is really, really important to Middlesbrough's plans, whatever division we're playing in. He's been a real leader. He's a real character. This season, I think, since he's moved into central defence in a more permanent on a more permanent basis, I think we're seeing a lot from him. The way that he's been solid defensively, but the way that he's been able to step out of defence and step almost into those kind of midfield positions. He's been a key part of our play under Kim Hellberg. His forward passing has been wonderful. Really, he's been a bit of a revelation this season, because last season was a really tricky one. He said that himself in his quotes to the club channel. Of course, injuries sort of scuppered his season a little bit. Yeah, I think playing at right back didn't really help him as well, because he is getting older. He is someone who does sort of struggle to keep up when he's got someone running at him, which is, of course, is a commonplace when you're playing at right back. But I think since moving inside, he's been a lot better. He's been a lot more protected because he's got Callum Britton to his right. He's typically had Dale Fry or Adolson Malanda playing to his left as well, which I think has offered him that bit of extra protection. So for me, I think regardless of what league we're playing in, whether it's the Premier League, whether it's the Championship, I do think that he's got a huge amount still to offer, both on and off the pitch. He's a real leader within the team. Even if we're in the Premier League, I think he would still be a massive part of what we're doing, because of course he does have Premier League experience with Leeds United. He is a real leader in this team, and even if he's not a first team regular in the Premier League, I do think he'd still get a decent amount of game time and would still offer a huge amount in that changing room environment. If we're in the Championship next season, I think you can't really look much better than Luke Ayling. The fact that he's already at the club, so obviously there's no transfer fee involved. I think tying him down to another 12-month contract is a really, really good move from Middlesbrough. I personally am absolutely delighted with that. I want to know what you think as well, so drop into the comments below. Let me know what you think about the decision to offer Luke Ayling a new contract. And of course, there could be some other players getting new deals in the coming weeks as well. We've got a couple more who are out of contract, most notably Dale Fry. For me, he's someone who's out of contract in the summer. I'd love him to get a new contract as well, regardless of what division we're in. We've also got people like Sammy Silvera, who are due to be out of contract. We've then got the situations with people like Matt Targett and Alan Brown as well, who are on loan, but they're going to be their deals with Middlesbrough certainly are going to be coming to an end in the summer. And again, it's going to be a tricky one because Middlesbrough are going to have to make a decision based on what division we're going to be in. So I'd expect that a few of these are going to run until the summer. And I think with some of these, we're going to wait until we know what league we're in before deciding what the future holds for these players. But for Luke Ayling, clearly Kim Hellberg, clearly Kieran Scott wanted to keep him at the club regardless of what league we're in. So he'll be sticking around for another 12 months, and that's brilliant news as far as I'm concerned. Happy to keep Luke Ayling at the club, and I think he could have a massive role to play between now and the end of the season.